Clay Township Planning Commission for September 27th, 2023, for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Deborah Addy.
Here.
Mark Bouchard.
Here.
Christopher Daggy.
Present.
Chris Altunen.
Here.
Christine Holcomb.
Here.
Tom Kozel.
Here.
Robert Muesling here. Wayne Torno.
Here.
And Kathy Schweikart.
Here. Thank you. Item number 4 is approval amendments to agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
I'll second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Deborah Addy.
Yes.
Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Christopher Daggy.
Yes.
Chris Altunen.
Yes.
Christine Holcomb.
Yes.
Tom Kozel.
Yes.
Robert Muesling, yes. Wayne Torno.
Yes.
And Kathy Schweikart.
Yes, thank you. Item number 5 is approval of minutes from July 26, 2023.
A motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Deborah Addy.
Yes.
Mark Bouchard.
Yes.
Christopher Daggy.
Yes.
Chris Altunen.
Yes.
Christine Holcomb.
Yes.
Tom Kozel.
Abstain.
Robert Muesling, yes. Wayne Torno.
Yes.
And Kathy Schweikart.
Yes, thank you. Item number 6 under new business is 6A, which is 3600 Fruit Row, which is a site plan review. The applicant is proposing an expansion of their existing northern pole barn. The expansion includes a 20 by 40 foot addition. Oops, 30. No, sorry. And is the other addition the same? 20 by 110. Steve, would you like to address?
Good evening. Excuse me. The applicant is Ronald Call. It's at 3600 Fruit Road, as the chairperson had indicated. Property is currently zoned light industrial. It's 2.58 acres. They're asking for approval of their site plan approval to an expansion of their existing northern pole barn. The expansion includes a 30 by 54 foot addition and a 20 by 110 foot lean-to addition. We reviewed it in compliance with the zoning ordinance and meets all the requirements in terms of setbacks, parking, landscaping of the zoning ordinance, and that's not an issue. There's also some other regulations in the zoning ordinance itself, section 20-39, which says that marine construction equipment, dredging, and those types of businesses are subject to additional conditions. Number 1, when they're adjacent to a residential area, they need to have a setback greater than or 25-foot green belt or masonry wall. That doesn't apply in this case. They need to have an area of landscaping at least 12 foot between the street and the property line. They are in compliance with this. Maintenance equipment and materials shall be neatly stored in the area where they are screened from view of the public. We're not certain if that's the case. We'll need to ask the applicant tonight if he'll confirm that that is correct. There should be no storage of used materials, loose materials, and on the site. And the applicant's also got to confirm that that standard is met. If we receive that confirmation from the applicant tonight, we recommend approval.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. Is the applicant present, and would you like to come forward and state your name, please?
Ronald Kale.
And are you in receipt of the planner's review and the items he just covered?
I understand everything. They sent me something in the mail. I've read it over prior to coming here.
Okay.
And basically, the reason for the addition is to make sure the equipment is inside, not outside.
Anything else you'd like to add?
That's about it.
Any board members have any questions?
Any additional employees due to the addition?
No.
Anything going inside of the building that's, is it just?
It's just cold storage.
Just cold storage?
Yep.
So empty building?
Yes.
Work facade side.
Yes.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Got a question. What is your business? I drove by earlier and I couldn't really tell what it was, so if you could give me a
Well,
little summary.
In marine construction business,
Okay.
basically, I retired 7 years ago. My son runs it. And so basically, most of the stuff in the pole barn is my hobbies. So,
Okay.
Any further questions? All right, thank you.
okay?
Discussion?
I just think it appears that he's trying to improve the area, and I think that's a very good thing. Putting new construction up and making things nicer. It's always a bonus.
It's an industrial area, so.
Well, I would say in looking at the property, it's kept very neatly.
Any other comments? Anyone want to make a motion? Or not?
I'll motion to approve the site plan for 3600 Fruit Road as presented.
Second?
Any further discussion? Sue, you okay? All right. That's the motion, everybody understand? And that's with also the acknowledgement from the applicant on the three items, number 3, 4, and 5, that were discussed by Steve, and the applicant acknowledged that he would be in compliance with that. Okay? Roll call, please.
Deborah Addy,
Yes.
Mark Bouchard,
Yes.
Christopher Daggy,
Yes.
Chris Altoona,
Yes.
Christine Holcomb,
Yes.
Tom Kozel,
Yes.
Robert Muesling, yes, Wayne Torno,
Yes.
and Kathy Schweikart.
Yes. It passes, I believe. We have the small site plans. Can we just stamp those? Yes. If you wait just a second, we have to stamp those, and then we can give you a copy, and then the other 2 copies will go to the township.
This was off the website. I know there was an amendment, so I'm not sure. Update on the agenda.
Steve, can you help us on which one would be the correct site plan? Because we had 2 emails, and the second one was an update. So, I printed front and back on mine.
September 20th.
Oh, I can't read that one either. Good luck. Somebody else with younger eyes.
It looked like the checklist was updated, not necessarily
necessarily
the
the
necessarily the plan
site
itself.
plan.
So
Correct,
I received, so
yeah.
6:30, 22?
That's what it looks like.
6:30,
6:30, and it's about right.
22.
So here's one.
Would Gary have a copy of the drawing?
Gary, do you have any copies of the site plan?
No, all I have
How about Gary? Do you?
There might be something in the office.
What you got there, Sue?
Okay. Sue, you have one?
I had that on my, as well, but I thought I did.
Yeah, so did I. I would think the second one
Okay, I have this.
was the reason. But which one is it they have their hard copy? I don't know.
Somebody sent one on Wednesday.
That's what she
How about this
had.
one?
Here, you have to read this. No, it's the
That's it.
first page before.
So I got 3 of them. Okay, thank you, Steve.
Getting ready for duck season? Getting ready for duck season?
I was, but my son has injured his thumb. Got caught in a good, what do they call
Is
it?
he right-handed or left-handed? My old boss would say, you still got a right hand.
Is he okay?
Not really.
Uh-oh. You didn't lose an appendage or anything, did you?
Well, not yet anyways. But
Uh-oh.
it's,
What are you doing at work?
no, he's at his buddy's house after he got off of work. And
Is that two?
so he's going to the surgeon tomorrow.
Let's get rid of these.
Yuck.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
No. A saw?
No, the wood, firewood, the hell they call it?
Splitter.
Splitter?
Splitter,
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ. Goes through skin.
got pinched in
bone
there?
like nobody's.
Mr. Kale, if you'd like to come up and sign these, and then you can have one.
Got the full force of it.
Oh, my gosh.
We need to sign right. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Hope for the best on that. Holy cow.
Oh, sure. There's two more that we need to sign too. Two more.
Oh, underneath?
Yes.
I was looking for that key, and I couldn't tell. It's a really old house that's out there. It's, I think, the one that took.
Well, I mean, worse. It's like all those houses with houses in front of them. That's interesting.
Thank you.
Oh, my.
All right, good luck. Thank you.
Oh, geez.
You too. Have a good night.
Split his thumb right open. Oh, my gosh.
All the way down.
That's his thumb.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to item number 7, which is unfinished business, which apparently we don't have
Thumb
any.
is the worst one.
Item number 8 is planning consultant's report.
Just wanted to advise the commission that on your next meeting, we currently have 3 items. The first one is a cell tower replacement. It's located on Macomb Road. 8101 Macomb Road, there's a cell tower there. They want to replace it with a new cell tower. That requires special land use approval. We have a rezoning coming in from R1 to C3, residential to commercial. That's on the north side of Point Trumbull, immediately west of Ackett's Burgers. They're coming, it's a large piece of property. They're coming in to rezone part of it for a Dollar General store. And then you have On the Rocks, which is back before you for review.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Number 9 is ZBA representatives report. Christopher?
All right, there was 4 items on at the last meeting. Do you need me to get into the detail of just go through it, or do you need me to actually go through all the addresses?
I'll leave it up to you.
All right, well, there was one on Colony Drive where they were looking for a variance in number of stories and height. That was tabled due to, there was an issue on the advertising, so not everyone was properly notified, so it got tabled. McDonald Island, the owners, longtime owners, wanted to split it up to make it easier on their heirs to take over the cottages, 1 island, 3 cottages. We did allow the split on that, seemed reasonable. Anchor Bay Drive, there was a garage that was seeking a variance for a height, and it was not one that was right on the road, it was down almost to the launch, and we approved that request also. And on Cardinal, they requested a variance for a covered patio with a roof, and that was also approved. There was no walls, so you could see through it, didn't obstruct anyone's view, and the configuration of the house, it seemed reasonable, and that was approved. And that was it.
Thank you. You're busy.
We were.
Thank you. Item number 10 is board representatives report, which is Mark.
As soon as I get my computer working here, I'll
All right, right, take your time.
Okay.
We have all night.
Okay, we had a lot of discussion about the wastewater treatment plant at Algonac, Clay Township, and Ira. And the board did approve the board authority for that item. And Chris may have something more to say about that. But anyways, that's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, item number 11 is chairperson's report. I'm going to start with schooling, further schooling education. If anybody's ever interested in attending anything locally or maybe not so locally, I know Skip is signed up for the 2023 Fall Workshop, which is held in St. Clair County Metropolitan Planning Commission. We've done this before. It's for basic training for planning commissioners and planning law updates. If you're interested, let Cindy, or probably Amber would probably be able to handle that also in the building department.
Was that the same class as last year?
Which one did you?
Same one you went to.
That was for a couple of weeks that we did?
Yes.
No, this one's just a one day. Here you go. You can have that if you like. So.
Okay. I did see it at the, I didn't research it yet.
No, this is just a
Whole
one day.
different one.
Yeah, a whole different one. They've done it before. I believe, if I remember correctly, anybody else was attended, they usually divide it up into 3 different segments for 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, and you can choose which ones you want to go to. So that's what I remember. So
I know our ordinance officer, they sent him up to Harbor Springs.
I see. I want to go too.
I said, yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I do too.
Full weekend sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Definitely will go.
Harbor Springs.
It looks like a nice place to go.
It really looked nice.
For sure, but you can give it a try, see what happens. So there's that. Also, in the last maybe 2 to 3 weeks, I was in attendance along with Steve and Gary for, I'm going to call it 2 pre-site plan review get-togethers. One was concerning some property on the island, and another one was concerning property here in Algonac, and we'll see where that ends up going. I know Artie has mentioned in some meetings about overlays. Has he said anything to you, Steve, about?
Yes, he wants to create a, say, a sushi district, overlay district, which allows mixed uses on, with varying setbacks, parking and that, and we're working on that. We'll be working on that probably first of next year.
Okay. A couple other things that have come up is some mapping that needs to be updated. Some digital signs, I guess, have popped up looking at some of that. And then, obviously, as you just mentioned, cell towers, but these all looking at our ordinances that we may need to do some fine-tuning on.
Digital signs like the ones on, like Blue Cabana, so we're talking about that kind of a sign?
That's what I'm getting the impression of. I don't know if there's been complaints or what's going on,
What
but
blinds you when you come by?
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like intense.
I'm surprised it hasn't
Oh,
been
somebody keep my
brought up.
sunglasses handy when I go by it.
I don't go by that way often, so
Oh,
apparently.
it's bright at night.
So maybe that's where that's coming from. They didn't
Good.
say any particular site, just that's something that maybe we should look at to see what we should address or not address. We also have, after, I think it was our August meeting, Robert probably has an example of the new forms that we're going to fill out, because I think, Chris, you might have mentioned wanting or hoping that we could have some information. So we should all be getting, like, the ZBA draft minutes, the Board of Trustee draft minutes, and vice versa. All those boards are supposed to be getting ours also. So if anybody's not receiving,
So that's why I was getting those.
yes, that's why you're getting those. So if anybody's not receiving, because I know Chris has, both of you guys have had some problems receiving emails. So if you are not receiving those items, please contact Amber and or Cindy Babish, number one. Number two, if you know we have a meeting coming up and you have not received an agenda, because it should be attached to our minutes agenda, should be attached, what's going on. Steve and I try to go over that a week ahead of time so it's ready to go, along with Amber or Cindy. So if things are not happening in that area, please let that department know and we can get it straightened out, okay? So I think that's about all I have as far as that goes. So I'll move on to item number 12, Planning Commission member comments.
I just have one question. Steve brought up the On the Rocks review is going to be next month. Are we going to have any police reports or anything?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I just want to make sure that when it does come up that we have.
I preliminarily have seen, and I think Steve was in the email also, just like earlier today, a couple of police reports, but I conferred with Steve, and it needs to come back in front of us like it would normally be
Okay.
on our agenda. So everything's out there, and we all have an opportunity to review it ahead of time.
Will it be another public hearing, or do we not do another public hearing
You
because?
just said you'd review it again.
Okay.
Yeah, just to make sure everything's all right.
Okay. That's all I got.
The neighbor removed their boat, so that's a good or a bad sign. I think hopefully it's a good sign.
And if anybody wants to see the new form that,
It's a scout.
They actually have one. It kind of threw me off because this one was on top, but they had, I don't know if I necessarily like the way it have here because it has a recommendation of trustees, planning commission decision, reasons for decision, which the planning commission decision and reasons for decision is fine, but the recommendation to two trustees kind of threw me off.
I think that all depends on whatever the case is going to be.
Right.
It's
If
not
we
today.
make a recommendation, if there was a different item on the agenda that was a
No.
recommendation to the
Well,
township
then why did
board.
they fill out all
Yeah,
this
it's got the
information?
application on it, though.
I haven't even seen what they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we don't have appeals.
I guess we need to fine tune.
Good to have you
Yeah.
back.
And
And
I
that's
didn't
okay,
see
though.
that.
Good to have you back.
Okay, Steve and I will look over this again because I thought we had it, and I didn't see this until just now, so I apologize. I don't
Nope,
really
that's
think
fine.
we need to do that, but
Dave back.
can I see that one?
You do?
Thank you.
Oh, this is difficult.
Yeah, this is
Blank one.
blank.
Very
It's just
difficult.
blank.
Yes.
I don't think you need to fill this one out, really.
Okay.
Health
Okay, we'll get that straightened out. How's that? Thank you.
Sounds good.
just seems to be.
Any other planning commission member comments? Tom, you got something to say down there?
No, I was. Sorry.
Debbie, how you doing?
Having a sidebar.
I'm okay.
You're having a sidebar?
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Yep. So, my son's selling candy bars for $1.
Speaking of bars,
So,
They're really good, I hear, so.
Do you have some?
yeah, I have a whole box. So
You
after
got
the
the
meeting,
money, I got the time.
All right, give me
You
two.
got the time, I got the money.
after the meeting.
I see Gary's here. Thank you very much for attending. Is there anything else that you could add to this wonderful discussion we're having, or no?
I'll take some of that candy too.
So, yeah, at least that's something you did add to. There you go. So, we're doing sales here at the moment.
Right.
Well, speaking of sales, just some upcoming events on the island, if anybody's interested. The Lionesses are having a craft show on the 8th, which is a Sunday, and the new nonprofit, SS Downtown Inc., is having their first annual chili cook-off on October 14th. So if you want to have some good chili and have some fun, come on over to Lions Hall on October 14th. We'll be glad to have you there.
And the Halloween party, it's.
And the Halloween party for the kids at Stewart's is October 14th from noon to 5.
Yeah. A lot of things going on.
And the pie sale
Oh, yeah.
at the Historical Museum is the 7th. So that's the October
And-
stuff.
What's this Saturday? It's the schoolhouse, the women.
Oh, the Cattails are having their fundraiser at the Schoolhouse Grill this Saturday. And I think there's a few tickets left, if anybody's interested.
I'm sure there's got to be a lot going on in the mainland, too.
Yeah.
Anybody have any updates? No? Went by Sturgeon Fest the other day, and
It's busy.
it was very busy.
Yeah, we stopped by there.
Did you stop by there?
I think it's, the Little League is hosting a tournament October 21st and 22nd, I believe it is, for softball. So if anybody wants to watch softball games at the,
Seems pretty cool. What are you doing?
I don't know, I'm interfering.
Skip, have anything to add?
Nope,
Nothing?
Okay, nothing?
Nothing?
Well, if that's the case, I'm
I
gonna
had a
go.
meeting.
Huh?
I had a meeting
Oh, Saturday?
Saturday.
We have that. There's a lot going on.
Wow.
Okay. It was a busy September so far, at least on the island it was. So, all right, item number 13 is public comments. Anybody in the public want to make a comment? Gary? Well, I see no one besides Gary and Steve sitting out in those chairs. So I presume no one wants to, so we'll go on to item number 14.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.